Go on, just take a second, really think about it. Is it 1, 3, maybe 7? It's almost always more than we realize, right? Well, that little recurring charge is the engine of a massive economic transformation, and today we're going to break down exactly how it all works.
At its core, it's actually super simple. Instead of a one-time transaction, it's all about building an ongoing relationship. See, you're not buying the DVD anymore, you're paying for the whole library. You're not buying a software CD, you're paying for continuous access and all the updates. This is the big idea that's changing pretty much everything.
Now, this whole idea isn't exactly brand new. It actually started way back in the 17th century with publishers selling subscriptions to books and periodicals. Then, in the 20th century, we got things like magazine subscriptions and cable TV. But it was the digital age, with software as a service, or SaaS as you'll hear it called, that really made this model just explode into nearly every industry imaginable.
So why the sudden massive boom? I mean, why is every company from Adobe to, I don't know, your local coffee shop trying to get you on a monthly plan? Well, from a business perspective, it is an absolute masterstroke. Let's take a look at why.
Okay, this slide right here really gets to the heart of why investors and executives are so in love with this model. A one-time sale is a total gamble. You're always on the hunt for the next customer. But a subscription, that creates a predictable, constant stream of revenue. For a business, that predictability is pure gold. It makes it so much easier to plan and to invest, and it basically transforms a risky, uncertain business into a stable, way more valuable one.
And oh, the benefits for vendors do not stop there. They get paid in advance. They build what's called customer inertia, which is just a fancy way of saying it's easier for you to just stay subscribed than it is to go through the hassle of canceling. And once they have you in their ecosystem, it's the perfect opportunity to upsell you to a better plan or cross-sell you other products. The whole thing makes their business incredibly efficient.
So yeah, it's a great deal for businesses, for sure. But the term subscription isn't some one-size-fits-all model. It actually covers a whole bunch of different approaches. Let's break down the different flavors you're probably already using every single day.
This table breaks it down perfectly. First up, you've got freemium. Think of a news site that lets you read, say, 5 articles for free before you hit that paywall. Then there's unlimited access. That's your classic Netflix or Spotify model. You pay one flat fee, you get the whole shebang. Pay-as-you-go is for physical stuff, like meal kits or Dollar Shave Club, where it just automates purchases for convenience. And finally, tiered pricing is super common in software, where you pay more to unlock more features or get more storage.
All right, so we've seen the business side and we've seen the different models. But what about the trade-off for us, the customer? It really boils down to this constant balancing act between incredible convenience on one side and long-term commitment on the other.
I mean, the pros are pretty obvious, right? It's so convenient, it saves time, and it makes really expensive things like high-end software feel more affordable because you're spreading out the cost. But the cons? Yeah, they can really sneak up on you. Those little monthly payments add up and can start to feel like a real burden. And then there are the bigger risks, like privacy issues from all the data being collected, and a really major one we need to talk more about, vendor lock-in.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. That customer inertia we talked about earlier from the company's perspective, well, this is what it feels like from our side. We sign up, we forget, and we just keep paying for something we don't even use anymore. It's a hidden cost that completely relies on us not paying close attention. And this is the real danger of vendor lock-in. What happens when you don't just use a service, but you completely depend on it? If all your crucial work, your designs, your documents, maybe your entire business is stored in their software, you are effectively trapped. If that company goes under, poof, you could lose everything. It really hammers home the point that you are renting the tools, you don't actually own them.
But the impact doesn't just stop with our wallets or our data. This huge shift to a subscription economy has real-world consequences that we almost never consider, including some really surprising effects on the environment.
And this is fascinating because it's a total double-edged sword. On the negative side, just think about those subscription boxes. If you get a bunch of items you don't actually want or need, that leads to wasted production and more stuff ending up in a landfill. But on the flip side, a service model can be incredibly efficient. Instead of 20 homes on a street each owning their own lawnmower, one lawn service can use a single mower for all 20, which massively reduces the total resources needed. It's a really interesting trade-off.
So at the end of the day, when you boil it all down, this is the fundamental change we're all living through. The very concept of ownership is being challenged, and in a lot of cases, it's being replaced. We are becoming a society of renters, of members,
of users who value access over possession. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on, doesn't it? When your movies, your music, your software, and even your daily essentials are all tied to a monthly payment, what's left that is truly permanently yours? It's definitely something to think about the next time you click subscribe.